you know, when you game, you gotta eat. And right now we're having a competition of who has the best chicken sandwich. So we pitted 5 restaurants, very common restaurants, against each other, and we're gonna see who comes out on top.
Basically, this all started from a challenge from Bob Lee Swagger. He games with us, and he wanted to tell me that the McDonald's chicken sandwich was the best one out there. And then no matter what sandwich we put against it, it was gonna come out on top. So we decided to buy all the sandwiches. We went to the store, ordered the classic chicken sandwich from each restaurant, and brought them all back here with us 3 and 2 other test tasters to see which one come out on top.
Hey, yeah, it's well there. Is my hair looking good, Chris?
Yeah.
Yours is good too, don't worry.
Is my hair good? All right, so first up we have Chick-Fil-A. Let's see what we got to show here, see what it looks like, the presentation, if you will.
Looking like a 10 to me.
Now we'll open this up and see. It's a full piece of chicken. It's not just a patty.
I got one with.
Now she's gonna cut them up and we're all gonna try them and
Dude,
see.
that's a good piece of chicken.
I like the flavor. The breading's pretty good. The chicken's a nice full cut.
Can't beat that butter on the bun.
It has a nice little crunch and then the pickle flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I like the breading too. The breading's really good. Flavor's good. Now we're gonna have our independent assistants.
Chick-fil-A. A nice piece of white meat.
Very juicy chicken.
It's delicious.
Very good.
Love that breading.
Probably a contender to be a front runner.
Front runner, all right.
Front runner.
Sounds good.
Delicious.
Let's open them up and see what we got here. Is that the arches?
Now this thing has a good presentation.
Yeah, this actually isn't a bad looking chicken sandwich from the ones I remember in the past. Got some pickles.
Maybe
Has decent breading.
Maybe they might surprise me.
It might be a surprise.
Wait, I wonder.
It's not looking bad, pretty thick.
This one's for Bob Lee Swagger. It's his number 1.
This is, yeah, Bob Lee already told us this was his favorite. Let's see what the flavor is on this. It's not a bad looking chicken.
Nice.
I don't like chicken quality.
Yeah.
There's a weird flavor to the chicken.
It doesn't taste bad. It's just, I don't know. How do you say it? It tastes more processed, maybe?
It feels like they just got leftover chicken and pounded it into a patty.
Like
Yeah.
it's chewier.
I'm not a fan.
It's not bad, but
It's also not good.
I wouldn't go out of my way for it.
It's just something about it just tastes off. It tastes, I guess, more processed is maybe the word.
Yeah.
Whereas Chick-fil-A tasted more like natural, like a real piece of chicken.
On a side note, the pickles are good.
Pickles are great. So you got that, McDonald's.
All right.
Looks like a nice white piece of chicken.
I'll say
The
it does
pickle.
look thicker.
Breading looks a little. Not bad.
The chicken itself is good, tender, juicy, but there's not a lot of flavor in the breading.
All I taste is pickle. If you're gonna taste anything, a good pickle's
So
okay.
so possibly if it hadn't been after Chick-fil-A, it may have seemed like it has more flavor, but after Chick-fil-A, the flavor pales in
Yeah,
comparison.
it's not a lot of flavor.
But as far as
There's
a
no
piece of
flavor
chicken
on that
goes, it's
breading.
good.
Next up, we have Wendy's.
Oh yeah, let's do pizza next week.
Wendy's looks pretty thick. Let's see what we got here.
We have the hot little Caesars and do some
Okay,
independence.
so it's loaded.
It
This
is.
one is the first one with lettuce and tomato.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had all that. Huh, it came standard like that. It's a nice thick piece of chicken. Doesn't look bad.
Did your bun break already? You come with a broken bun?
Did you lose something there? The chicken doesn't look bad at
Wendy's
all.
is doing me dirty right now.
Chicken has a lot more flavor than McDonald's.
I can taste the mayonnaise, but I taste the chicken. The chicken taste,
But
it's more flavorful.
It has a lot of juice in it.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
I think adding that lettuce and mayonnaise gives it a lot more flavor.
I think it brought it up. I think you're right.
So you think you're cheating?
There might be.
Overall, it was a good flavor, but I don't know about the extras.
Let's bring in the randoms.
I like the lettuce.
You like the
I
lettuce
like
one?
the mayonnaise, but I think I would take the tomato off.
Too much.
But overall, I like that it was a juicier cut of chicken.
It was. Not bad, but no
Good
Chick-Fil-A.
flavor. No Chick-fil-A.
The sandwich looks fine. Chicken looks good. I want to make it a fair and even comparison, so I'm taking the lettuce and tomato off.
My bottom bun is smaller than my top bun.
But I think it got cut incorrectly. Here, you want need this?
But overall, anything is better with lettuce and tomato on it already, so I'm good.
So you're not partial at
I'm
all.
not partial at all. So let's try the flavor.
Chicken's good quality. Bun's good.
More
Flavor?
flavor than McDonald's.
Just a little more flavor.
The
Not,
breading is a little thicker, maybe.
Adds more flavor.
Yeah, but it gives it a weird texture. And like I said, the breading is it's a weird texture.
I think if I
Not a
was
fan.
picking between the Wendy's and McDonald's, it would be whoever has the best deal.
All right, next up we have Popeyes.
The chicken sandwich.
This is the one that people were fist fighting over when it first came out. The one that was said to kill Chick-fil-A.
I will say so far the presentation
like
looks
a good chicken sandwich.
What's that now?
Wow,
Presentation.
that is a chicken. It's heavy too. There's a lot of chicken in here. Here, we'll show the camera.
Or maybe
But that is a thick piece of chicken on there.
that looks like something you would put on a
Now
commercial
this,
right there.
this is the presentation right here.
Cheers. It's a good bun.
Wow,
It's a very good bun.
that tastes like a real piece of chicken. Not just like, you know what I mean? It's not like processed. It tastes like it was made fresh.
Cohesive.
Oh, I give the chicken. Chicken's phenomenal, but I don't know what I feel about their mayonnaise.
There's a lot of mayonnaise on this.
Mmm.
Yeah, that's true. You can't always get the sandwich
Yeah.
without the mayonnaise. So, if it's too overpowering, or you can even say light
The
mayonnaise.
chicken quality is
Ooh.
good, but I'd probably do without all that mayonnaise.
I have to say, I had Popeye's chicken before, and it was good. But this one,
Star of the show.
this, I don't know, maybe the time of the day we got the chicken or what. That was a good
I
sandwich.
mean, the
Beefy
presentation already was a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could see it's a real piece of chicken. This isn't some thin patty or something. It's a thick cut.
Deal. Okay. To start
Try.
off, I can tell you that I've never had Popeye's chicken.
So this is your first
This
Popeye's
is
sandwich.
This is a visually impressive sandwich. Oh, you can compare it to anything. I've never seen a chicken sandwich this thick.
Here's
and big.
Wendy's, Popeyes. So the thickness of the patty is very impressive.
Okay, it's tasting the breading. See if I like it.
Very juicy piece of chicken. Trying to pick up the breading flavor. The breading flavor is not overpowering.
The chicken looks really good.
Pretty
the
good
buns have
sandwich.
been pretty much the same the whole way through. I don't think there's been a variation in the bun at all.
I would go to Popeye's and get their chicken sandwich.
No.
I wouldn't pass up a Chick-fil-A to do it.
All right.
This is
No,
almost
no.
too much chicken.
No, only for me based
No,
on the
it's almost
spices
too
in the
thick.
breading.
It's almost. I mean, it's good and it's juicy.
All right, last but not least, we have the KFC sandwich.
Also known for their chicken. I mean, let's face it. Wendy's, McDonald's, they have a variety of foods. But KFC
And Chick-fil-A are known for their
and
chicken.
Popeyes. They're,
Oh, yeah, Popeyes chicken.
they go hard on chicken. And
So-
this doesn't disappoint either.
There's another one where
They
there's a wrapper
give
inside a wrapper.
Solid presentation again.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is a thick,
Yeah,
thick boy right here.
I knew they'd be in.
Again, this one also has some stuff on it.
Pickles and mayonnaise.
We didn't know. When we ordered them, we just ordered the classic.
That's a real Kentucky Fried Chicken right there, if I've ever seen one.
This is right straight from Kentucky. Not really.
Here you are, gentlemen.
Ooh.
That looks like a good piece. I know, that's
I wish I knew. I would have ordered them all plain. I thought They came plain.
Holy cow, that's a thick piece of meat. That took me forever to cut.
That is a thick slider right there. I kind of like the flavor.
Just gonna let that roll.
It tastes, to me, juicier than the other one. It has a nice juicy flavor to it.
Again,
The
no
chicken,
comparison.
I think on this one really, the chicken flavor really pops out over everything else that's on
Yeah, the breading flavor, it like even aromatically, you can smell that seasoning.
7 herbs and
Which is
spices.
I like it.
Or 11.
it. And again, all the bread's the same.
Yeah, bread's,
Yeah.
bread's
I think they
pretty
all
basic.
butter their bread
Yeah, the
now.
bread, there might be slight variations, but overall,
I feel like the
There's
mayonnaise
nothing
on
that
this
stood
one
out.
didn't
Same
overpower me
bakery
as
made
much as the
for all
Popeyes
of
did.
them.
I think the chicken overpowers the mayonnaise on this one. Where the mayonnaise on Popeyes overpowered.
Everything.
I like the chicken, and I think the presentation was
But
pretty good,
chicken
too.
wise,
Same with Popeyes.
KFC and Popeyes have a really good piece of chicken.
They had the best looking sandwich when you take it out of the
And
box.
they have good quality chicken.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
I lost the teeth.
It was. It wasn't like as squishy as pop.
Let me try to bread it.
Now, what do you think, Dan? Is it
That's good. Good chicken.
good flavor?
Mm-hmm.
The breading has a lot of flavor. And the texture is not bad. So the breading itself isn't that thick. It's nice and thin. Chicken's good.
Can't talk about it, gotta eat it.
Now, you had other KFC products, right?
Yes.
Does the chicken compare to those? Like the other chicken you got?
If you want to go just for chicken, then you stay away from the sandwich and you go with something like their tenders or something like that, or even their regular chicken, because then you're just eating chicken. Because the bun I think detracts from the chicken. But that being said, it's still a very good sandwich.
Now, do you guys notice any difference in the buns from the other sandwiches?
No.
I think the buns are all very similar.
Yeah, still the flavor is good, but it's not real flavorful. Do you think?
No. But I think
So the flavor's lacking?
Lacking. Yeah.
the amount of chicken you get is substantial.
Yeah.
But
It's a nice piece of
I-
chicken. It's all been white meat. Out of all of them, it's a nice piece of white meat. It doesn't look processed. It looks like came from grandma's kitchen.
in the KFC sandwich, I don't get that distinct 11 secret herbs and spices that they put in their chicken. That
You taste it more
You're
in the-
tasting the breading in their regular chicken and their chicken tenders. I'm not getting that in the sandwich. For me, in summation, I think the two best pieces of chicken were either Popeyes or KFC. I think the best flavor goes to Chick-Fil-A by a landslide. Presentation, Chick-Fil-A and Popeyes would be a tie. So in the other three, presentation-wise, were all about the same. But I still think, based on flavor, I have to rate, for me, Chick-fil-A first. KFC and Popeyes could tie for second. And the other two I would get if there was the only thing I could get. So for me, it's Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and KFC tied. And then I would say Wendy's and then McDonald's. Yeah, for me, I'd go with Popeyes right at this time.
All right. And what about you, Patty? How did you feel about them? What stood
My
out?
front runners, Chick-fil-A. A lot more flavor. Chicken wise, they all had nice white meat, juicy white meat chicken, every single one of them. I like the thin breading, and that's where all the flavor came from. Kentucky Fried and Popeyes weren't bad. Presentation goes to either one of them. They were nice thick pieces of chicken. Neither one really had flavor. Wendy's, I give it an A+ for the lettuce and tomato. Chick-fil-A, KFC, Wendy's, Popeyes, and McDonald's.
Now, for our final thoughts, we're going to start with Angela.
So for me, the flavor profile of the chicken was where I was really trying to focus, and the one that kind of hit it above all was Chick-fil-A. Their breading, even in the sandwich with that bun and everything, still stood out and had such good flavor. So they're my number one. My number two probably has to go to KFC. Again, their breading and even just the smell of the seasonings came through to me, whereas the other sandwiches, that didn't really happen. So it goes Chick-fil-A, KFC, Popeyes, Wendy's, then McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm sorry, just not going for a chicken sandwich.
For my thoughts, I went with Chick-fil-A as number one. It stood out to me. I still remember that flavor, that taste. Like, it wasn't the largest piece of chicken, but it was a complete sandwich. It was delicious. I'd have it. Do we have any left?
No.
We actually ate all of the Chick-fil-A. It's gone. He was trying to get another piece. It was already gone.
Yeah, thanks. No one thinks about Thor over here.
Then next I went with Popeyes, which I had Popeyes in the past and was a little disappointed. But that sandwich today, that was on point. I don't know if it was the time of day or what, or maybe it was just made fresh. That Popeyes, that was something. I would have probably got a plain if I knew. When we ordered them, we ordered all classic chicken sandwich. I didn't know some of them came with items, some of them didn't. I would have got less mayonnaise. I'm not a big mayonnaise person. But the chicken, it was good, and it was better than the other ones I had in the past. Then I went to KFC. I thought KFC had a nice thick sandwich. It was a good cut. The meat was good. It was juicy. It might actually be a little bit better than Popeyes. I'm not sure. They were close for me. They were really close. But I gave Popeyes the win today because they brought their A game. That was a delicious sandwich. Then the last two went Wendy's and McDonald's for me. Wendy's fell a little bit flat. I wish it was a little more. McDonald's, I was a little impressed with their presentation. It looked like a thicker piece of chicken than I remember, but the taste was flat. It didn't have
Very
it didn't have
bland.
the it didn't have the flavor to it.
They did bring their A game today.
It was
They
just
did. It was a good
it looked
piece
good.
of chicken.
When I saw
it just didn't have flavor.
They're trying to compete with the best.
Yeah.
When I saw McDonald's sandwich, I was like, man, they might win because it looked legit, but it didn't have the taste for me.
Alright, so with number one for me is by far Chick-fil-A. Flavor all day. That's why people are mad that they ain't open on Sundays, because everyone wants it. Number two for me, I'm going with KFC. It was a nice big chicken sandwich, and the reason why I'm picking it over Popeyes is because of the mayonnaise, and we're rating it off of today and not past experiences. So as of today, I'm going with KFC. And then number three, I gotta give it to Popeyes over Wendy's today, because Wendy's really slacked off today. And
To say the least.
Hey, Popeyes had a nice piece of chicken though.
It was very.
And-
actually, here, we can pull it back out while it's here, so you can.
Yeah,
show
that's
it.
why it's still
We-
left.
unfortunately-
Wendy's ain't left though.
Unfortunately, everyone was full, but you could see it's a thick sandwich.
Yeah.
It's not some thin, flimsy sandwich. I mean, it looks
Popeyes
good.
has a nice piece of chicken.
You're not disappointed when you're
But I usually always go to Wendy's for their chicken sandwich because they have a nice breading and stuff. But just today alone, I'm giving Popeyes the victory. And then I'm gonna go Wendy's, and then McDonald's. I mean, they're trying. McDonald's isn't known for their chicken. We know that.
I'll give them credit though. It looked.
Hey,
it
they-
looked better than I
yeah.
remember.
I
It
think
looked like a good
McDonald's upped their
sandwich.
chicken game.
Yeah, McDonald's definitely stepped up their chicken game. They're trying to compete with these top contenders, but it's
On
still
looks
at the
alone, I
bottom.
think Wendy's would have been at the bottom
Looks alone, yeah.
because
Yeah.
because
Wendy's
McDonald's
was the
definitely
bottom.
looked like a better sandwich.
Chick-fil-A, when you
If
put
we're
it out,
going
it
off
looked
looks, I don't know which one I pick, KFC or Popeyes, because
Yeah,
they
they
both
both-
had a
That's
nice
that's
look.
true.
They
If
brought
this
it
was
today.
looks only,
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A would have been lower.
Chick-fil-A doesn't really have the looks, but they got the taste.
Yeah, that's what you remember. That's that flavor.
Yeah, no one remembers what it looks like after you eat it.
But you remember what it looks like now. Do you think?
I'm more impressed today. I knew what I was getting out of everything else, but I'm more impressed today with Popeyes.
So
Yeah, I'd
Popeyes
have to say the
company?
same thing.
Popeyes really shocked me more than I expected.
Yeah.
I think I just eat more food than everyone, so I knew what I was getting into with all these.
We see that.
Oh no. We'll cut that out later.
Yeah, I'll just cut this out later.
Oh, man.
It's amazing what Photoshop can
What
do.
about you, Ange? Do you have any other thoughts? Would you go and get one of these again?
I would definitely, I would get Chick-fil-A midnight, noon,
Just
3
not
in the
Sundays.
Yeah,
Sunday.
just not on Sundays, unfortunately.
Sunday, if anything.
But I knew, like you said, I knew what I was getting into with Chick-fil-A, whereas the other two sandwiches, Kentucky Fried Chicken and Popeyes, really surprised me today in their look and even in their flavor. Wendy's, I'm really sorry, you didn't bring it out.
They didn't bring
You didn't bring anything fighting, no fighting chance here.
You know what's crazy though is
KFC,
coming in
Popeyes.
today, I was thinking about Wendy's being number 2. Because
Yeah.
I have a lot of Wendy's chicken sandwiches, and I've had KFC. Popeyes I haven't had too much.
Now, with that being
and
said,
Wendy's let me down today.
well, with that being said, would that change your mind in the future? Like next Friday, if you're like, I want a chicken sandwich, are you going to try something different? You going to still go with
I'm
Wendy's?
still going Chick-fil-A, KFC, or Wendy's over Popeyes.
Or Popeyes?
If I'm ordering.
That's all we have for you today. Thank you for tuning in and join us next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
In conclusion, as you've just watched, each person ranked their favorite sandwich from 1 to 5. We simply flipped the number to get the score. So Chick-fil-A was my favorite, so it got 5 points for me. We then added up everyone's number to get the final tally. In the end, Chick-fil-A came out on top with a total of 25 points. The flavor and taste stuck with us all. Even though it was slightly lacking in the presentation, as you can see in the end there was none left. Second place went to KFC with 18 points. KFC impressed us with its presentation and large piece of chicken, but lacked the flavor slightly and was missing the signature spices found on other items at KFC. Third place went to Popeyes with 15 points. Popeyes seemed to surprise most of us with the presentation and taste, but was overpowered by too many extras and had too much mayonnaise on it. Fourth place was taken by Wendy's with 11 points. Wendy's had a decent taste, but kind of fell flat at the end. It was not very memorable and the presentation was lacking. Wendy's also seemed to have one of the smaller pieces of chicken on the sandwich. Finally, last but not least, was McDonald's with 5 points. McDonald's presentation was pretty good and surprised us ultimately, but the taste was kind of bland. It was not a bad chicken sandwich, just lacked the flavor of the others. What do you think? Do you have a favorite chicken sandwich? Is it a different one other than what we tried? Let us know down in the comments. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe so you find us again. Keep an eye out for the other comparison videos coming in the future.